What's going on, fellas? Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I came in through regular YouTube, so I don't lose any chats. Coming in that other way was making me miss people's comments. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Let me see if I can hear myself real quick. Let me see if I can hear myself. All right, I'm on. What's going on? How you guys doing tonight? Uh, this is gonna be a short one. I can't stay on too long tonight, but I just wanted to come on and kind of I was thinking about uh what's up, Carlos Cortez? I was thinking about continuing some of the conversation from last night. Uh we went long, so I stopped it, but I thought we were getting a pretty good conversation going. So hopefully this looks the same as before. Um Let me make sure. On a roll. SEO, what's up, Bobby B? Sending much respect and love from Cali. You're doing a great thing. Hola, big homie. ¿Qué pasa? What's up, Matt, Joy, Sigma? Beezer, back in La Tusa from Cali. Caught up in the videos on my way back. Eleanor's right on, Beezer. How you doing, brother? Um, yeah, man. Last night, man, we went hard last night. Was talking for a long time, and I was just sitting here thinking, man, like, if anyone got any ideas, like if you guys have seen it, um, any kind of programs, stuff that where they've been able to reach the youth, like for real though, not just some fake programs that are saying they are just trying to make feria, and the kids are uh, suffering behind that stuff. You know what I mean? But uh, let's wrap, man. Tell me any ideas you guys think. I mean, I I think that just talking to them straight up, like and breaking down the story, I think that would have a big impact. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have had an impact on me. Um, I think it would have had a big impact on me, and so I think that that's the way to go. You know what I mean? Kind of raw. Uh, not holding anything back. Telling them exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Whitewater? Ion 6. I don't even know what that is, brother. I don't know. Someone else can answer that question if they know what that is. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, man. I was wondering if anybody had any ideas about that, man. How what would be the best way of reaching these kids that are on that path? You know what I'm saying? Like in juvenile halls and stuff. What do you think that? Well, let me ask you this: any of you guys that been to the Pinta, um, not, I mean, obviously not necessarily to the extremes of the Mexican mafia, but let's forget about that for a minute and just talk about um, the path to the pinta that some of these kids are on. Uh, most people know what it is with with our own um, situation. With juvenile hall from a kid. Uh, all that stuff. All them programs, all that juvenile stuff. So we know we kind of know the path to getting to the pinta. So what do you think would be the best way to stop that? Like what's the I don't know. That's kind of like a question I guess I got. Um, and I'm sure that I mean there's probably a question that people have been asking for years and years and years because uh, the juvenile delinquency isn't something new. You know what I mean? However, I just don't think that they've put a lot of effort into combating it. Besides the get tough stuff, and I don't think that worked. I mean, you just lock some kid up for 20, 30, 40 years. yeah, he's not gonna commit any more crime on the street, and I guess that protects society. But what about the kid? What about the life? What about that they're still and you can't tell me that that kid would have continued on that path. He commits a crime, even if he was on that path as a juvenile delinquent. I've heard so many stories, even just from here recently, bro. A lot of people have got at me and talked about their juvenile history and even sometimes their first time in the joint, and now they're doing things that are, they're doing big things in the real world. So m- most, if not all, kids got to have that in them. They just need that push. So I guess that's the question. What's the push? What do we do? What do we how do we help them? How do we stop them? Let's see. I was there in Juvie in East Coast, Nova Scotia, Canada, Whitewater. Yeah. Junior high kids need to hear this. That's where it starts. Joey Sigma, I think that's true. And then it's not, I mean, it is true, obviously. But I think for the most part, if you think about it, a junior high school, what's the percentage of those kids that ever end up in a juvenile hall or in prison? There's not a big percentage. Um, the percentage comes from many different schools that makes a lot of kids. But just to go talk to a junior high school, I'm not sure if you're actually targeting the necessary individuals. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that'd be great if you could stop it there and they don't even start. But I just think that the highest impact that you can have is actually going to a juvenile hall where they're already in there. And I guess the target has to be stopping them from going to prison. You know what I mean? Not necessarily the juvenile stuff. I mean, that's already happening. Um, and there's no denying which kids are the ones that are I get at risk because they're already in there. You know what I'm saying? You go to a junior high school and you're going to be talking to a bunch of kids that don't even know what the hell you're talking about. And maybe it's probably not the best solution to tell a bunch of kids that have no idea that type of life, my story or any, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's nothing like gang stuff in the United States, but my opinion is that it all starts in the home. Yeah, of course, that's absolutely true. Whitewater, it starts in the home. The problem is there's a lot of broken homes, and there's a lot of parents that can't. And not that they don't want to. I'm not going to say there's deadbeat parents like that, but like when I look at my own situation, uh, my mom loved the shit out of me. She was there for me, all of that stuff, but she worked all the time. She was in school and then worked. She was trying to better herself to better our lives. And so I was just running amok. I did what I want. So it's not necessarily, I guess you can put the blame wherever you want, but it's not always necessarily, just, deadbeat parents that aren't there for their kids or abusive or any. So yeah, it starts in the home, but it's also sometimes unavoidable, I guess you can call it. Like some of these parents, they just have to work to survive. And if they don't work, the kids don't eat. And I mean, ideally, it'd be great if they could, be home all day and get paid and take care of their kids. It's just not. That's not what's going to happen. So, yeah, it starts at the home, but you know, let's just say it doesn't happen there. Then what's the next step? Where do you reach them? Where do you go with it? So there's an audio cyclone parole hearing after violating for meeting up with Grumpy. Was I think it would be good for these youngsters here. A hardcore vato have to ask for his freedom. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of those, Beezer. But I'll look that up. What's up, Geeky? Some crimes deserve that. Whitewater. Some crimes deserve what exactly? What's good? Is I'm in SMU, GP or PC? I'm in SMU is for the most part GP, but it has both in there. There's some PC in there as well. Best way is what you're doing. You're using YouTube as a platform to state your own. Yeah, I mean that's kind of why I started it. But I think that all in all, I mean this isn't reaching the kids in there. They don't get to see this stuff. This is obviously a start, and it's all I can do. I'm gonna do what I can. But yeah, it's we'll see. Uh Getting them young and keeping them busy. Yes, I stayed on my son's ass as far as keeping him busy. Yeah, that's I mean, again, that just goes back to it starts in the home, Bobby B. But the problem is, what about the parents that can't? You can't stay on your son's ass, or you know, and we can't just say it's an excuse that they can't. Some of them, I mean, think about it. They got two jobs, and they come home and they just got to sleep, or whatever. So how do that's what I mean. So yeah, I guess it starts in the home. We know that, but beyond that, once you're past that and they're in juvenile hall, then what? You know what I'm saying? So, Whitewater, you're wrong to the extent that all cases are different. Uh, I like to know what crimes deserve exactly what Whitewater. This fool, I would tell the homies a couple grand ain't worth 10 years, bro. The quick money ain't quick or words. Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, bro, a lot of them isn't about money. Mine was never about money. It was more about when I was a kid, just being cool, being part of the group I was with, um, being the craziest one, trying to all that stuff. You know what I mean? It was status. Um, it's not always about money, but that is part of it sometimes. Yeah, and but I think just telling them that isn't something that they understand. I think you have to again bring the people forth that can show them with their own experiences why it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that kept me out of getting locked up was my jefita getting in my business all the time and all the prayers she made. Yeah. Uh, and that's what I mean. I mean, that's great if you got it. It's just that's not always possible. And his Jefita cry and try her best to help get Cyclone out while the DA tells the pro board that Cyclone ain't no joke. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, man. I'm probably wrong, bro. Just my thoughts. No, Whitewater, ain't nobody saying you're wrong, but I'm seriously, I like to know which ones you think are 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 crimes that are deserving of whatever it is you're talking about. I mean, that's a broad statement. So I'm just asking, do you mean a juvenile 15-year-old that kills somebody intentionally for his gang deserves to never get out again? Um, you know, that's an argument that you could make. I mean, I'm not there's no I'm not defending that action. I'm just asking you exactly what you mean so we can dialogue here. There ain't no love in these streets, and these streets don't have no love for you, but I feel for those who are seeking something for nothing. Yeah, I might go. I mean, that's true, and at the same time, I mean, so how do you get them off those streets? You know what I'm saying? How do you make them not want to be out there and know that there ain't no love out there for you know what I mean? Like, so I'm working on that jersey. That is something that I'm actually working at. Um, I'm trying to figure all that out now, and have been for a minute now. To be honest, the obstacle I have is would be getting there and taking the time off from work and all that type of stuff. So yeah, but I'm absolutely I have done those things and continue to do so. My generation is the me generation. Thought I was smarter than my parents. Newsflash, I wasn't. Yeah, Bobby B. But I think that's everybody. You know what I mean? All kids think that they know it all. It's not necessarily just our generation or your generation or anybody. You know what I mean? I just think that, uh, and that's true. Not even in just misbehavior. You know what I mean, that's something that's what do you call it? That's like everybody thinks they know everything about everything. Their dad takes them fishing, and they think they know how to get the fish. You know what I mean? It's about all of that. So I'll try to email it to you. Beezer. All right, brother. You said 40 years since I think some crimes deserve it. Oh, 40 years. Uh, yeah, but see, and the problem with that, though, I think is, think about it. Let's say 16 years old, the worst crime that we can think of, murder. I mean, granted, you can argue there's worse than that, but let's just say murder. 16, 15-year old, 40 years, you think that's deserving of that? Honestly, that's the question I'm putting to you, Whitewater. We need to get government grant to pay for people to go and tell stories in the halls and CYA. Yeah, that or yeah, I mean, there's got to be there's something to that, I guess. It's just I don't know. I think that the thing is getting to them, and kids are thick headed. So I mean, we're not gonna sit here and we can't pretend that you can save the world with just a story. Um, it's got to be more than that, but I think that it's a start. You know what I mean? At least get them to think about it. So very hard to reach the youth cricket. My neighbor's a juvenile correctional officer. I've asked her about getting in to speak. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You're right. Okay, it's hard, and the kids are thick headed, man. There's no denying that it's it's a tough thing. But I mean, hey, what the hell else am I doing? As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I believe that I owe it. That this is my thing. This is my passion now. Um, the recruitment pool for the Emmy it is my main concern. I believe that even if you go to the joint for something, it could be innocent, not innocent. I'm saying, but like some kid makes a mistake and ends up getting 5 years for something, and never was in trouble in his life. Just something happened, which I've seen many times happen before. Um, just do your time and get the hell out. You know what I mean? That's kind of the more of the idea that I got with it. Is like just there's no reason to get involved in the political bullshit that goes on inside. That's gonna definitely lead to a wasted life. So some parents have no choice. Me and my brother were just bad seeds. Our parents were great. Yeah, Whitewater, you're absolutely right. I mean but you're out here and you're talking on here. So how did you not end up with life in prison if you were just a bad seed? Uh, what was the motivating factor to get you to stop that shit? If you have, you know what I mean? All the murders going on in Tucson right now are drug fueled, not really banging no more. Those blues and G took it over. Yeah, a lot of it has to do with people being addicted. That's absolutely true. But that's still on the older side of things. Most of the kids, I don't think. Well, there's probably a bunch of those too, but I don't think it's as bad as the adult addiction. At a young age and keeping them busy. Yes, I keep my son busy and I stay on his ass. Yeah. When I was 14, my best friend got murdered for $40. So I guess I got a biased opinion in that regard. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have that, but I mean, you got to step back and think. I mean, uh, I've had many friends of mine killed. Um, I've had, there's been a lot of tragedy in my life, and but at the end of the day, you have to step back and forget the biases and just honestly think of um, what's the best for our society. You know what I mean? A bunch of kids locked up for 40, 50. I mean, think they're gonna get out. For the most part, if they're 15 and they go in there with 40 years, that means they get out when they're 55. So, um, 55 is not an old man. And now you're getting them out. They don't offer as many programs inside as they used to, so they get out with no skills, and it's it because that's what makes it a revolving door with the recidivism too. My point is we need to get them groups doing positive stuff, keep them busy. Yeah. Let me see. I feed the youth and homeless and try to tell them the truth. My whole family has been in and out their whole life. I grow up in the shit. Yeah. Get them in groups. Bobby B, get them in groups. Yeah. She said I needed to belong to a legit organization. I think that's a part of it too. Um, I think that's part of it too. Getting involved in some type of clubs, right? They have. Um, the Boys and Girls Club stuff. The all that. They got chess clubs. You can soccer, football, whatever sports they may be into. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other extracurricular activities that they can get involved in. That's probably an answer as well. Sponsorship programs will support and meet your needs. I'm all about prevention. Yeah. Did you ever meet someone that came in for a low sentence and caught life? Absolutely. There was a bunch of them. One of the main ones, Bobby B can tell you, he was there when it happened. So Negro, he was an M member, was doing a 5-year bid, and he hit someone over the head with the barbell, trying to kill him. Really messed the dude up. And while he was in the county jail on that case, his his parole paperwork came through for the 5 years. He was being released, but had to stay in for that. And I think that they ended up giving him, like, 30, 40 years for that. Um, and there's a few of them. Earthquake, same thing. He picked up a life when he was doing, I think, a 8 or 10 year bid. I have to look it up, but yeah, that's common, as a matter of fact. You know. Uh, how you doing tonight, Cricket? Hope things good for you and family. I'm doing good, Ray Diaz. How you doing, bud? Kind of started this on a real serious note, so I guess we can lighten it up a little bit. I just had some questions. I was just thinking about it, and wanted to rap about that a little bit. But um, how you guys doing? Everybody good? It seems that it was the area you lived, grew up in was bad. Yeah, there's that. But I also know that there was other individuals in that same area that turned out good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the whole neighborhood didn't turn out to be bad. There was a lot of individuals that actually made something of themselves from my neighborhood. Um, my brothers being a couple of them. So that's not an excuse. That's. I think. I mean, I know that it's it, it, it's an accumulation of things. It's not just one thing. But I think that's why if you step in and you break this shit down to them, it might you know might be a good idea. Uh, and I know it's not. I'm not fucking genius that just figured this out. I'm sure people do. I'm only coming from on my end. I'm bringing the Emma into the picture as well, and I guess that's the only difference that I'm bringing to the table when it comes down to it. I guess that's the only other um, conversation that could be had with it. Let me see. Activities. This fool for real on that. Yeah. My motivating factor was I didn't want to be a failure in my parents' eyes anymore. I could have run the streets again, continued on doing what I was doing, but that, and yeah, why? What? That's what I'm saying. I mean, so you were able to change, and that's my point with most. I think most, if not all, kids have that um, ability. I don't think we should throw any kids away. I think of course, there's consequences to your actions, but I think they have to be. You cannot judge and give consequences to a child the same as you would an adult. You know what I mean? A grown man of 30 years old absolutely knows uh, absolutely knows what he's doing. So his consequences should obviously be more serious than the 15-year-old kid that is really not thinking of what life in prison is. I mean, I remember you did a week in juvenile hall felt like forever. When they sentenced me at 17 years old to 6.5 years in prison, I remember in my head saying, "Damn, I'm not gonna get out till I'm 23. I'm gonna be old. I might as well just stay in here the rest of my life." That's seriously what I thought in my head. So that's what I'm saying. As a kid, you can't fathom what years in prison are. You can't. The consequences are not the same for you as they are for an adult, and I don't think that we should be um, treating them the same. You know. But at the same time, we need to figure out how to get them to not even go that route. So yeah, buenas noches, cricket. I'm new and supporting your channel. Straight Jeep Castillo. All right, brother. How you doing, man? Thank you, brother, for being here. Bueno, G, a lot of these kids come from broken homes, drogas, and bad influences around their lives, the fake lifestyle. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If we can show them that it's the fake lifestyle, you know what I mean? That's kind of where I think we need to go with it. So, um, a lot of people, the whole culture, I think right now is broken, where people think that that's the side that you should be on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not condoning, um, rateando and all that type of stuff. Uh, at the same time, if you ain't about that life, you should have no opinions. Stop talking about that while you see someone on your camera stealing your stuff and you pick up the phone and call the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that we got this society has crossed over a line, and it's showing these kids that it's okay to what would it be, like, support that type of shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how exactly to articulate it, but it's just it's weird to see that type of stuff. Someone that's grown, never been done anything in their life, and all they're calling other people ratas and shit, and the code, and what the hell do they know about all that? So, cricket, I was responding to Whitewater. Yeah, I know, brother. I saw it. Anger management, probably mean that in a good way. Yeah, it's a deep question tonight. LOL brought some emotional shit up. Yeah, my bad, bro. Cricket, you bring some heavy shit up for me. It feels good to talk right on Whitewater. Yeah, I'm just, that's what I mean. I started this kind of on a on a low note. I didn't mean to. I was just I rewatched last night, and I saw, we got to a point where we were talking about it, and I just had a question. Doesn't matter where you're from or what race you are, you can make it no matter what. Just got to put your head into it and work hard. My personal information is to start your own business. Yeah, yeah, it's freedom. Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, but obviously, you're talking about later in life for these kids. I'm talking about how do we get them to even have that chance later in life, to start their own business. Um, it's not a bad area, just kids that go too far. As a parent, we also have responsibility to show our children not to pursue street life and join gangs. It'll be about the issues. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully, I mean, that's number one, is the parents obviously getting involved. Sometimes it's hard, I know, but they gotta. I mean, that's your kid. You gotta do what you gotta do. You don't want to lose them to that life. That's for damn sure. So, remember getting 18 months when I was 14. Thought it was a lifetime. Yeah, I remember probably being same shit here, man. Uh, it's forever, bro. So it's crazy. Yeah, I was born and raised on 19th Ave in Southern, in and out of jail since I was 9 years old, in prison at 18. Now I have my own electrical and plumbing company. Thank God. Yeah, see, that's my point. At 9 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, you're not even developed, bro. That's not the path you're taking in life. You know what I'm saying? You haven't even come into your own yet. It's crazy. You ever meet a Rogelio Clark in the Pinta? No, Charles Livingston, I don't think I did. When I was 15, I knew it was wrong to kill. Yeah, Whitewater, I mean, you yeah, it's wrong, but at the same time, you don't know it like a 30-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? Um, I knew it was wrong. Uh, however, it the consequences didn't. I don't know. It's weird. Like, you don't think you're gonna get caught. Number one, the consequences aren't something that you think about as a kid. Like, you can't fathom all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Right and wrong, of course. You know what's right and wrong younger than that. But, you know, there's still other factors there that you gotta, when you think about. So that's just what I think. I mean, you're right though. That's a good point. As a kid, I was told to hold my ground, not snitching. That was engraved in us. Yeah, everybody, bro. Absolutely. I mean, we had. That's how same thing. If my sister ran telling to my dad, he told her to stop snitching and all that. I mean, I know. Yeah, it is engraved. You can't look back at your past if you look forward to the future. Past if look forward to the future. People killing for $40 is the definition of living in a bad area. Yeah. Gabriel, what do you think about that Scare Straight program? I don't think I would. No, I'm not cool with the Scare Straight program at all. Yelling at these kids and all that. I don't think that's the way to go. They've had enough of that in their life, I think. And most, to me, that's cowardly of these grown men to do that, to even take part in that. I think is a disgrace. Um, you're not the majority of those kids. I bet you that doesn't change their mind. Um, some grown man yelling at you and spitting in your face isn't gonna. Most kids are scared of prison no matter what anyway, and they still do what they do because they don't believe they're gonna get caught. But I think that the way to speak to them is to speak to them as if you're on their level. I think telling them how you feel about it, where you were at that time. Most of us can remember how we felt, thought, and all that when we were doing what we were doing at that age. So uh, I came from a broken home. My mom was on drugs, drinking. My dad wasn't there. My older two brothers were in games, running the streets. So I was running with them and got, yeah. And that's almost everybody, Ray Diaz. That's the way it was. But here you are. You're on the street. You're on here typing. Something went right. You're not locked up for life or any of that. So you changed. Let me see this one. I believe you have to see it and hear it and be around or break free. That's how I walked away. Got tired of seeing my whole go away and people turning on each other over dumb shit. Yeah, Whitewater 100, bro. Yep. You're right, bro. Because when I was younger, if you ever commit a crime, you can't call the cops. Yeah. This message is hell for. Oh, sorry. I had people that were supposed to be down tell me all the money because they weren't getting it, no life and that shit. Yeah, David Rodriguez, bro. I think they need to fix the juvenile too, so when kids go in there, they don't like as much. Because I remember when I went in there, I love it because I was kicking it with the boys, playing cards and all. Yeah, shit, man, that was fun, bro. Are you kidding me? That was time of my life. It was crazy. Of course, you hated being locked up, but you made the best of it. And there was no real programs or nothing. It was crazy. So Young didn't listen at all. And I try to these youngsters now that God is good. And when I talk, yeah, it's different now. Them drugs have everyone out here talking to themselves and dancing on the streets. It's wild different out here. It's not gangs, it's drugs now. Yeah. I'm sure that has a big impact. But it's always been, bro. It's always been. Think of the '80s. The crack epidemic was huge. You had people smoking mothers, crack babies, all that stuff. I mean, that's always been an issue. It's not. This is nothing new. My days growing up, if we disrespected our parents, I got the shit beat out of me. If I just, yeah, that's true. What do you think would be a better way than scared straight? I think empathetic, sympathetic, talking to them as if like not talking to them like they're stupid, telling them how it is, straight up, and not trying to sugarcoat anything just because they're young. Uh, Talking to them and tell them exactly what you've done in your life. I mean, if that's I'm talking about from my own perspective, how I would do it. I would tell them from my young age what I felt, what happened to me as a kid, all the way up until when I started getting in trouble, the juvenile hall, all that stuff, till I went to the pinta. I would talk about the murders that I committed. I would talk about all that stuff and how it made me feel and why I changed, what it was all about. When I saw the hypocrisy, the treachery, the friends not being around, the loss of my child, the loss of freedom, the loss of family events for 20 years. I mean, all those things. Is what I think that would be me. And then obviously other people that are there would tell their own side of it. And I think these kids would listen and be like, damn, man, it's a sorry life. And maybe they would say, I don't want to either, you know, go through that and feel fucked up, or I don't want to be stupid like that fool and do all that. So that's what I think. But just to sit there and yell and scream and pretend like you're some big bad dude that's gonna hurt them if they come in there, that's not. You're not changing nothing. Uh, when he was watching me, I wasn't acting a fool when anybody was watching me. Yeah, you're trying. That was my thing too, Bobby B. I mean, my jefita, they were all there for me, but she had to work, man. She was going to school, trying to better herself to get better jobs and all that stuff as we went on. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. Tell me the definition of a bad area that justifies getting killed. Fuck you, not killed. Fuck you, not you, cricket. Getting killed for. Uh, I don't know if I'm losing that, but I think we need better programs to teach kids. Yes, plumbing, electric, concrete. We need to provide opportunity for. Yes, absolutely. A lot of that stuff was taken away because they felt that they were spending too much money. They were being too soft and all that. But at least for the younger the younger ones, inmates, juvenile halls, and all of that, they absolutely need to bring that stuff back. These guys get out with a trade and have can at least have some type of job. I mean, just imagine if you do 20, 30 years and you get out to nothing. You don't have a trade, you have felonies, you haven't had a job. I mean, you fill out an application, you can't even put down the last 3 jobs you've had. You have to put yes on a felony. You might put yes on a GED. I mean, come on. What chance you giving that? Well, what is he gonna do? Come on, that's crazy. So yeah, I think we need better programs to teach kids trades. Like yeah, yes, but they're a different level. I'm glad I'm clean now. It's gangs and drugs. It's go hand in hand. Yeah. Also, we need positive father figures. As far as that's concerned, Joey Sigma, of course. I mean, I remember we growing up sniffing paint, smoking grifa, getting it, doing anything we could. I mean, of course it's hand in hand. But I think it's all part of it, you know? That's why you try to do what you do. So, well, tell me the definition of bad. I think we need better programs. Also, we need positive father figures in the household. Hey, Bobby B, what happened, bro? With Ion 6. He asked, Cricket, have you cleared your guilty conscience or strive to remove some of it as you go forward in your life at this point? How can you shut that down, brother? Positive does not end or start with the father. I'm not sure what happened here, what's going on. I can tell you it's not bad area. The guys that shot him were from Maine, USA, and robbed the gas station he worked at. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up, especially when it's an innocent individual like that. Um, You can't change a man unless they want it, but changing them as a kid is what it is. Yeah, that's my point. It was very hard growing up. My family was a erected gang. Gabriel Granado, yeah, I think sharing your experience with them is more effective. Yeah, my dad raised me as a gang life, but also showed me how to work. I'm so glad about that. Yeah, I'm trying to be respectful. I had a good fathers. My home who worked hard, who came from gangs. We didn't listen. Now that I'm still out of here, I have to worry about it. I watch my back because you know you make enemies when you're young and dumb. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know, but it don't look like he was saying anything crazy. It's all good. We'll figure it out. We need people like you and everyone to talk to them. That's the only way. Yeah, we'll figure it out, man. We'll see. Singing in the Darkness performed there. The only drama allowed in Doe Mountain. It had a lot to do with the troubled youth. No, bro, I don't remember that. I don't remember them doing that. It's crazy. My enemies then support my business. Yeah, yeah. People grew up, bro. You know, it's a trip, man. That I mean, I ended up in once I went to the joint, I was neighbors with people that had shot at me, that I had shot at as a kid, all that stuff, and we were cool, man. Those were some cool individuals. A lot of them, Um, yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's a trip. I don't know if anybody noticed though. Yeah, they shouldn't be so quick to throw the youth away because people change as they get older. It's proven fact. None of us are the same person we were at 15. Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. You're throwing away somebody that's gonna absolutely change. I mean, there's no question about that. They're gonna change. Now, if they take the worst route, I mean, they may change for the worse. But I think you can catch it. You know what I mean? You can stop it before it gets there. Earlier, I posted a bunch of pictures on the community tab. You have to be an exclusive member in order to see them. But I put like 6 pictures of some of the Arizona and California Vatos together. Some of the just different pictures of people. Luis Cisneros in there, stuff like that. If anybody's interested, you got to sign up for the exclusive membership in order to check that out. I think 10p. Yes, me too. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's we grow up, bro. We change. Everybody does, and I think that's part of the problem. I'm not understanding. I don't get why politicians I mean, I guess they do it because it's for the votes. They want to pretend like they're doing something, but they have to know that they're different than what they were when they were kids. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is. You change no matter what you say. Now, I'm not saying it's always for the better, but you can catch that. There's a way to, somehow tell them, that somehow get at them and say, shit ain't right. I did this or that, and this is where it got me. I always want to see the desert in Arizona. My girl always laughs that I talk about Arizona, Whitewater. Yeah, we could lighten this up, brother. How you guys? How's everybody doing? Aside from that Monday night, um, how you guys all doing tonight? Everybody, I just kind of wanted to ask that question. I mean, I know that the answers aren't really there. You have to change the mindset of the youth. You basically need to reprogram them. Yeah. Um, I know people have been dealing with this for years and years. And when I was a kid, I'm sure that people were trying to figure out how to change us, and then when for forever it's been happening. I'm just trying to figure out what my path is. How do I do this? So I want to do I want to do the best I can with what I got. I mean, right now all I can do is hop on here and talk and try to reach people through this medium. Um, Eventually, I'm hoping that there'll be other ways to do it, and that's one of the things me and Chop are working on. I'm just so I just wanted to pick your guys' brain a little bit about it, but um, let's come on. Any other crazy questions? Anything you guys want to ask about anything like the normal the normal lives we do? It's all about getting them around positive people, talking to them and letting them know there's a way they can still, yeah, absolutely. Cool night in Phoenix. Yeah, I miss it, man. I'm eventually going home, man. Um, I think, because of the parole, I had to move where I am, uh, and now I'm kind of stuck because of, monetarily. I don't have the money to just pick up and go. But I can't wait, man. I want to go home bad. Be back in Phoenix and see everything. It's grown so damn much. You get on that freeway. They got that Top Golf and the Cardinal Stadium. All that stuff is crazy. Yeah, you're right about that, Beezer. It is corrupt. I was in a CCA for a few years, man. They had me in the SEG for um, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 4 years. I was in segregation in the CCA, and man, that place was corrupt like no other, man. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Uh, yeah, Whitewater, Arizona's cool, man. I loved it growing up. It's gotten real busy now. I noticed the traffic is crazy there. Um, I think it's now Phoenix is the fifth largest city in the U.S. Excuse me, fellas. And it's still growing. Um, it's big. People keep moving there, and it's getting more expensive. I mean, cost of living used to be so low. I've seen a few programs on YouTube where they talk about rent prices and stuff, and uh, Arizona's doing this thing now. Low rider cruising. There's so much going on out here. Good thing. Arizona's still the Wild West. Yeah, Tempe. We always used to do the low rider thing. I mean, we had Central, and then I remember when I got in 2001, they were doing what were they cruising then? Man, they moved it. I can't remember where. And then they do it in Tolleson too. Keep it real. It's not being a true. Respectfully, what's the point of having an open dialogue here if the moderators are restricting someone's free speech? Have I spoken to you? No, no, Ion. That's why I wasn't. I didn't see what was deleted. But Bobby B, let him say what he wants to say, bro. We're good. We're good. Yeah, Ion Six. Whatever you need to, whatever you want to ask. I don't think that you were trolling. I think he just misconstrued it. You're good to go. I did read the one you said about my conscience, and I have I have uh, I have regrets. So that's the main thing is I do have regrets for what I did, everything I've done. Um, 51st and Thomas Tempe. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you're right. It was Thomas 51st. Yeah, you're absolutely right, but so I was I I don't know how to put it, because I don't want to sit here and sound cold. So it's not about a conscience. I have regrets. I wish I hadn't done the things that I had done. It was I did things out of all I can say is stupidity, bro. And here I am, So it's it's obviously you know again, I don't want it can come out cold, and that's kind of why I'm hesitant to respond to something like that. But again, I do regret what those things that I did. So being on the lista cricket, does the Emma have presence on the streets, or has it changed? um it's changed, I believe. There are some on the streets that I've heard, but I don't think they're of the caliber that they used to be. It's it's watered down. It's different. The ones that I've talked to that that have been renouncing lately say that it's not. I mean, it's just not what it was. So, did the feds try to starve you out like they did in SB2? Should everyone was on that kosher diet? Yeah, they go hard with that. Bobby, are you joking at all? Fish in the desert? I don't know. Yeah, there's fishing. They do fish out here. I never did it, but yeah, too cold where you're at, Whitewater. But I've always wanted to travel north. Ion Six. My respects to you too, bro. I saw your question, the main one, and yeah, I mean, like, yeah, they absolutely. I mean, again, I have regrets, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. To be honest, um, I think that the path that I took was a path of somebody that was lost, looking for something that wasn't there, believing the lies of the cause and of the family and of the brotherhood and all that other stuff. And so it brought me to a place where I did things that I regret and that should have never happened. And so now my main goal in life is to try to deter others from making those same mistakes and taking that same path. You know, I've been interested in Arizona since I read about Jesse James, coincidentally in juvie. Trout the size of your forearm, my friend. They're all FBI informants. Who, Beezer? I'm missing that. Who's all FBI informants? The Trout. Oh man. All right, fellas. We're coming up on an hour. I don't want to make this one too long. I just wanted to come in and rap a little bit with you guys. Give up your conspiracy theory and live a real life. I think I'm missing what happened right there. Joey. Yep, the brotherhood that doesn't really exist, although that's what everyone falls for. Yeah, that's the unfortunate truth. And I think we do it since we were kids, you know what I'm saying, with the whole gang thing. Although I think when we're kids, it's a little different. Those are actually real friendships, but you're kids, so it's not going to go anywhere. And I think that you're deluded into believing that you guys are, you love each other and you guys are brothers and all that. And then you get locked up and you don't get a letter, you don't get a money order, you don't get nothing, and you're somehow surprised. You know, that's the life of that whole thing. So the old man Chopper. I don't know, man. I texted him earlier, asked him if he wanted to go on. He didn't respond. I don't know if he's asleep or what. So I know he went out on a trip yesterday. So that I figured I'll hop on for a little bit, and I wasn't even gonna come on. Actually, I was re-listening to last night's, and I just thought I'd hop on for a little bit and talk about that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna. That was basically it. If you guys can hit that like for me, um, so that the algorithms can send this to other people. The big homies on the street. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, all FBI informants. All the best to you. Take care. You too, Whitewater. I know tonight was this wasn't this was a down one. I think I started it wrong. We should have had some fun, bullshit a little bit. Um, but can't always do that. I just wanted to make sure that I got on. I just had that main question. Uh, Trip this Holmes. I ran a boxing class for a year with a risk youth. You just got to be real, and that's how you seem. So you will be straight. Right on, David Maestas. Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do with these kids. You have to be straight. They know more than adults give them credit for. And when you try to go in there with the kid gloves and try to talk to them like they're kids, I think you insult their intelligence, and you don't reach. They feel that, so they turn themselves off. So yeah, it's crazy. Uh, You go thinking it's that real love you have growing up with your homies. Turns out your new family is conspiring against you. Absolutely, and that's the truth, man. That conspiracy from them dudes is a real conspiracy. That ain't no black helicopter shit. uh, I'm sad now, but that's life. My bad, Whitewater, man. I came in and knocked out the Monday, huh? Is Ernie Bone a paid informant? I don't know who that is, brother. Till next time, big dog. Good night. Good night, Joey Sigma. Cricket, your voice is unique. You should explore the opportunity to be a narrator. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking for that type of job. Um, I just wanna. I'm just trying to reach who I can. You know what I mean with what I got. So But right on, Whitewater. I appreciate that. Thank, bro. I missed it. What's up, Francisco? Man, I'm almost on an hour, brother. And I might come on a little bit later, but it'll have to be with my phone. If you guys, it'll be late though, because I actually got to go to work, and so I have my phone on me. Maybe I'll hop on a little bit if you guys want to bullshit. Yeah, Simon, the algorithms, Beezer. uh, but I just wanted to come on, and I just actually I had a question for you guys, and so that's what we went through right here, Francisco. This was a no fun one. You have much more to learn from your mistakes and your successes. God bless and stay humble. Yeah, absolutely, Michael. You're absolutely right. If you help even one, you change the world. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I hope to do more than one, but yeah, one is an accomplishment. Absolutely. Francisco VP, how the dogs essay. Real men can say they feel sad, punks. Yeah, why nobody eat good? Just got home from work, but if you can someday speak about you and the deception. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll do that tonight. I'll hop on another hour and a half or two. I know it's going to be late as hell, so there'll only be a few that can get on, but maybe we'll do that tonight, man. I'll break that shit down. I hope you had a good night. You too, Whitewater. Spencer for bringing the night down, man. Thanks for the talk. I'm glad you tapping in. Cricket Ray Diaz, I appreciate you, bro. De maestras. LOL. Orale. Uh, right there in the Bay Area, I was involved in a program called Second Chance, allowed knowledgeable people to speak to people on probation. Maybe if you talk to youth probation officers, and maybe you'll get a great opportunity. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, I gotta try and hit all those places. That again, I'm at a state, bro. I'm not. You're already changing lives, bro. Much respect. You too, bro. Thank you for that. Hit like button. Cricket saludos, Rifa. Iron. I also appreciate you, brother. Um, and yeah, I'm not close to home anymore, and that's the dilemma that I have, and also Chopper. Uh, what we know is the Southwest, the West Coast type stuff. Not to say that anywhere else isn't. I don't care what kids I get to talk to. I talk to anybody, but my what I went through, I think would have more of an impact as of someone else that went through the same type of things. You know what I'm saying? And so I need to figure out a way. Like I wish I lived home. If I was in Phoenix, then shit, it'd be on. Since I don't, that's the dilemma. Is figuring out how do I take time off work, go out to wherever I need to go: California, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and I don't even care New York. I mean, whatever. Uh, how do I do that and still, you know, maintain my household, take care of my family? But I'm getting there. We'll work it. I'm trying to figure it out. So great opportunity. Have a good one, brother. Later, bro. All right. You're already changing lives. Thank you, brother. Saludos, Riva. Have a good night. Usually you would never talk to Mister like that face to face. LOL. Oh, talk to me like that. Bobby B, I only have cats, bro. You talk on the one. He's clowning, brother. There's no need for us to go crazy. We good. Um, where am I at right here? All right, it's gonna shut. I'm gonna shut it down. I gotta say, you want to reach the youth, you have to hit the streets because the blues are the biggest threat to our youngsters today. Yeah, Roy wrote that, and again, I know this, and that's my dilemma. I gotta figure it out, and I will. If I got to, I gotta figure it out, man. I know I have to go home eventually, uh, and I will figure it out. I'll figure it out. I mean, when there's a will, there's a way. Me and Chop are working on that, and we're gonna see what we do. So again, thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna shut this down. I'll be back later on tonight. Probably it'd be kind of shy because I'll be on my phone. But we'll get into what we were talking about. What a homeboy brought up. I think that'll be a good one. Um, I'll talk to you guys later. Um, and that's it, man. Hit that like again. Remember, if any of you guys want to see those pictures that I posted on the community tab, you just have to sign up to be a member, but you have to be the exclusive member is what you have to sign up for to see that. Um, it's nothing huge. They're just, the pictures that I have that I just want to put something up there for people that are signing up for that, and they don't and think that I'm just trying to uh, get them for their shit and not give anything in return. So yeah, I know, Francisco. I'm aware of that también, but I have I have nothing against that. I'll take part if they'll have me. Obviously, I won't speak from that experience, but I'll absolutely take part. You know what I mean? All right, Jojo, Arizona. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys for being here. Um, see you más a rato.